possibly hosting Native American wildlife for Thanksgiving for the first time this year, 2025. So it's a little under a month away. Today is Tuesday, 28 October 2025, and this year Thanksgiving here in the United States of America falls on 27 November 2025, which it's the fourth Thursday in November, so it's a little bit on the later end this year because the month starts on a Saturday. And so I'm going to share my perspective on the possibility of me hosting Native American wildlife for Thanksgiving for the first time this 2025 year. I include in my talking through what I may buy for the wildlife and how I would finance it. Yes, so it's like, to make this video, I have to come up with a tangible. What food item would I get the wildlife and how would I pay for it? So I was thinking, I was like, do you come? Josh and I talk through my plans for engraving the two-wheeled vehicles I build for myself and Jared Leto, each with our first name respectively. It's like, okay, if I buy items, well, what am I buying it for? So it's like, okay, I go out in the backyard and I sit, or we have Cobb indoors, the gray squirrel, or Cobb and or Ghoul and or Beckham, and it's Josh and I, or it's just me in the backyard. Maybe Kona's there as well, and we talk about. I'm thinking of my vehicle racing and design, and I go, all right, how do I know, since Jared Leto is 5'11" and I'm 5'7.5, and the two-wheel vehicles I'm thinking of building are like, you know, motorcycles. I was like, where am I going to engrave them on the motorcycle while I build them fine-tuned for each of us? And, you know, if you've ridden a bicycle, you know, height matters on the size of the bike and the design of the bike. Different heights have different size bicycles. So in that sense, it carries to the vehicles I'm building, and we're 3.5 inches different. However, 3.5 inches. I'm like, why don't I engrave Tanis on mine and Jared on his? And the truth is, if I can't read the name on the bicycle and know which is mine, I shouldn't be driving. I shouldn't be riding. So that way I cannot ever take his vehicle that I built him. He can borrow mine, but it doesn't go the other way. It's respect, because he makes me the tan Frito. Okay. All right. So there's an idea to work around. So now what I'm going to buy. It's like, how about something like this? A bag of nuts, like fancy nuts, like human nuts. And we've done that in the past, and that's kind of what we do with the peanuts. But like, they don't like salted nuts. They take after their mama. The wildlife, Native American wildlife, takes after their Native American mama. I'm Euro-Native American ancestry. I don't like salted nuts. Neither do the squirrels, for real. They'll go, ew, ugh, and they won't take the peanut. So that's why we do unsalted. So if you want to be friendly to the wild animals and you like Native Americans, no salt. Speaking from experience. And so I was like, maybe I go and I buy a bag of, like, these are chopped pecans, but maybe I do like full pecans, or maybe they have a bag in like the baking section, or maybe I do walnuts, or maybe I do hazelnuts. And I was like, where am I going to do that? And I've spent part of one, I've spent off one entirely, and I have an entire one left. And so then what's the financing? And this is for, I got a 3-pack of $15 gift cards to Fred Meyer regional department store for my parents, and there was a little slip of a receipt from when they bought them, and they bought them in 2016, and I've been having, when I go to spend them, they don't actually swipe. Yeah, it's less than a decade later, and they're already so archaic that it requires an override for me to redeem my gift cards. But I have one full one left. So I was like, maybe I use a $15 gift card to cover enough nuts for the squirrels. And so then what I do is I host them either in the backyard or in Josh and my living room or whatever. And we essentially, we, it's like I said, my hosting. And Josh goes, I'm all on board for this, baby. You're the Native American and they are the Native Americans, and I want in as soon as I can be in. We feed them the whole bag of nuts. I like that. Which means I need to buy the nuts in advance, per my perspective. So I gotta think that through. Fortunately, it's not even November yet. And Thanksgiving is on 27 November 2025. So I got some time to get it done. But I was like, I actually like that. And then I can do it at any time of day. I could do it at mid-morning. I could do it in the afternoon. Should I do it in the afternoon? Should I do it earlier in the day? Kona goes, what are you going to do with the rest of your day? Ooh. So there we go. That's on possibly hosting Native American wildlife for Thanksgiving for the first time this year, 2025.